Jamie. Welcome back to the Bookworms, buddy. I have a book haul. This is actually from this month, and then I also have some books here, which I will start with those that my dear friend Liz from Liz's Book Buffet had sent to me, because if you remember my last haul, I hauled The Iron King. And I was talking about how Brittany from Brittany's Book Find and I would like to do a read-along on the series, and Liz had sent me the last three. So we've got The Iron Daughter, The Iron Queen, and The Iron Knight. And she actually, I guess from watching my video, my haul video with Iron King, she sent me a message saying, hey, I've got 2 through 4 if you'd like them. And I was like, yes, please. And she's just trying to downgrade a little bit. So we did not do a book swap with these books. But she knows if she ever wants to do a book swap, she can always ask me. And I'll probably say, sure. So thank you, Liz. Look how beautiful those are going to look on the shelf, along with my Iron King. Thank you so much, Liz. You are a sweetheart. I love you. I will link to her channel below in the description so you guys can go visit her channel and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. So there's those 3. The next ones we got here, of course, from my local used bookstore, the place that I love the most. First, I'm going to start with this one, which is Please Stop Laughing at Me. I will link below to my review, because I just recorded the review for this book. I got this for $2 on the sales rack, and it just called to me. You can tell by Please Stop Laughing at Me what this is going to be about, and it's about a very big issue in the country, in the world, I'm sure, of bullying, and it was a stupendous read. I gave it a 4-star. Next ones I got here are 2 more of the Sisterhood books by Fern Michaels. I've been collecting these books. I think I'm up to probably 6 now, or maybe 7. My sister from Indiana is actually getting some of these for me as well. And so this one is Crossroads, and this one is Home Free. And what I'm gathering from what I'm reading about this series is that the Sisterhood is a group of women who do not agree with the judicial system, and they pretty much become vigilantes and take matters into their own hands. And I'm dying to start reading these books, but I am waiting to get them all, and I don't even have the first book yet. We are getting lucky finding these on the sales racks, and me and my sister, and I'm thinking I'm gonna have to get the first couple books off of Amazon just so I can have them and be ready to read them. I'm not sure how many's in the series, but there's quite a few. And I'm really looking forward to these. Next one we picked up off the sales rack for $1 was Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. I do have this on my Kindle. It was a free download since it's a classic, but I wanted it in a physical copy. It's a little beat up, like you can see down here. It's kind of beat up, but for $1, you can't go wrong with a classic. So I picked it up, and I'm looking forward to actually reading this book. One of these days, I'm going to read this book. I promise you. Next one I got off the sales rack is Jonathan Kellerman's Bones. This is an Alex Delaware series book, and yes, just directly behind me, up on that top shelf, is my Jonathan Kellerman series books. And again, I am collecting more books that I've not read, and I'm hoping that I enjoy them when I do finally get to read them. But I have this thing about series that are pretty long. I like to have them all before I read the first book, and it's probably not a good thing, but I like to. And I'm finding these for like $1 on the sales rack. So there's always a lot of Jonathan Kellerman on the sales rack at the used bookstore, because they get so many of them and they can't keep as many as they get. So yeah, this one's Bones, and it is part of that series, so that makes me happy. $1. Next one I got for $1 is Catherine Coulter's Knockout. This is an FBI thriller. And I have one other book by her called Point Blank, and I haven't looked them up, so I don't know if they're part of a series or if they're just standalone books. But it was $1. It's a thriller. I called my name, and I said, okay, we're going to pick this up, and we're going to read it. I'm going to read it soon. Soon. I promise. Okay, the next one I got off the sales rack is Come Home by Lisa Scottoline. 2 years ago for World Book Night, I gave out Lisa Scottoline's Look Again. And the book was very profound for any parent. And so now I just pick up Lisa Scottoline books because I loved that one. And I saw this one. $2, guys. $2. $2 for this book. And it's perfect. $2. I had to pick it up because it's Lisa Scottoline, and she is a great writer, and I loved Look Again. So I'm sure I'm going to like this one. And I have like 2 more of her books that I need to read, and I'm going to read them. I am. Do you guys realize how many times I said I'm going to read it? Yeah. Next one I picked up is Broken Prey by John Sanford, and yes, it is another series book. But this was $2. $2. And this is the Prey series, and I have got a ton, which are over here on this shelf. And I've got, I think, between me and my sister, there's 16 books that we've gotten of John Sanford. And I did find out she did pick this book up for me, but I think she picked it up in paper, so I can either keep this one or the paper and use one for swap, or I don't know, whatever I decide to use it for, because I really would like to have something set aside for swap books, because I really enjoyed 2 of the swaps that I've done. They're really kind of exciting. So this could be a swap book, or I could just keep it because it would look beautiful on my shelf. But yeah, I'm going to read this series as soon as I get them all. I'm so close to having them all. Again, I don't got the first book, so I'll have to look it up and get it offline. Those were all the sales books. I have 3 more books that were not on the sales rack. They were in the regular, but in this used bookstore, everything is half cost, so you don't ever buy anything that's full price. So the first one here is Richard Lehman's Friday Night in the Beast House. First off, let me talk about Richard Lehman here, because Richard Lehman is one of those authors you're either going to love him or you're going to hate him. And I'm one of those people that love Richard Lehman. He is in a class by himself in his writing. That's not belittling anybody or praising Richard Lehman, you know, over the top praising. But he is, to me, he's a good writer, and his writing is just different. It's just, it can be really out there. And this particular series is the Beast House series. And I thought it was going to be just a trilogy. It starts with the Cellar, and then there's the Beast House, and then there's the Midnight Tour. It's all about this Beast House. There's a legendary beast that lives in the house, and he kills people, and whatever. I won't get into all the details. And then I saw this one, Friday Night in the Beast House, and I'm like, what is this? There's not supposed to be another one? I had to buy it, right? I had to buy it. Yeah, this also has the bonus novella, The Wilds, which I've never heard of either. So we'll see, but I've got to read this one. Unfortunately, Richard Lehman did pass away. So there won't be any other books. So this was a prize for me. It was a different one. I think I've got just about everything he's ever wrote. And then I just found this one and I had to grab it. So I did. Next one, I was just browsing. I don't generally just browse in this bookstore because I generally know where I want to go. And I just grab the books if they've got them. Well, I just was genuinely looking back in the YA section and found Dustland series. It's Blood Red Road, this book. This is the first book. And I don't know if it's a trilogy or a series. I didn't get that in depth of checking into it, but I do know this is book number 1 and it sounded really good. She has to go out and rescue her brother or something along those lines. It's by Maura Young. And I'm really looking forward to reading this. And then I will check for the book 2, and I will find out more about this and see how many books are in the series. And then the final book, which I was shocked to find there, is The Treatment by Suzanne Young. Now, I don't have the program. I've not read the program. I've been looking for it. I keep checking Book Outlet, and they don't have it, and the bookstore didn't have it. They only had The Treatment. If you don't know what the program is, there is a picture of the program on the back right here. And I've been really intrigued by this series right now, or duology, or whatever it's going to be. And when I first saw the program, and I think I just first saw it on Goodreads. It was on one of those sidebars, and I clicked on it. I'm like, I really want to read that. And now there's this one, and this one actually, I think it came out last year. No, it came out this year, 2014. So, I think the program was last year. But I'm really looking forward to this, but I got to get the program. I keep looking. I might have to go through Amazon, I guess, maybe, to get it. I don't know. But I really want to read this one. So, they had this one, and I grabbed it. I'm like, oh, okay, grab it because they've got it. And I spent $9 on this book, which was half of the cost. But it just came out. It's brand new. Look at the book. Nothing wrong with it. All right. Well, that is my book haul, guys. And, yeah. Just to give you guys a heads up, my sister has been collecting me books since January. And I can't even imagine what this book haul is going to be. She's like a kid in a candy store because she knows how I love books and that it's a passion, and she wants to add to it. She's actually read a couple of the books that she bought, so that's a plus, because she likes to read, but she can't without like falling asleep. The book's got to really keep her attention, so she's not really been one to read a lot because of that. But anyway, I'm rambling now. But anyway, stay tuned for that, because in July she will be here, and it's going to be huge, my friends. And I tell her to quit because I don't know where I'm going to put them. So stay tuned for that one. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.